Hey guys, welcome back to Comicgeddon TV, the only place on YouTube where all geek culture collides. I'm Shannon, and today on the show, I'm going to be reviewing Halloween Kills, so stay tuned. So Halloween Kills was just released yesterday on Peacock and in theaters. We have a Peacock premium account, so we didn't have to pay anything to see the movie. We got to see it from the comfort of our den here at home. My wife didn't really care for the movie. She got bored with it very quickly. A lot of stuff took away from the story for her. For me, it was a different story. I enjoyed most of the movie, but the ending didn't feel like a Halloween film. The person they got to play the actual physical form of Michael Myers did a perfect job. It was very reminiscent of the very first film. First two films, really. The mannerisms, the way he carries himself, the way he walks, everything. Very reminiscent of the first film. The flashbacks were great. It took you back to and showed you how they arrested Michael Myers. There won't be any spoilers in this review other than a few that don't really give away the story or ending. But as has been mentioned in online from several reviewers and everything, Sam Loomis does return in the flashbacks. They used different camera angles, distance shots, and I think they used practical effects. And it's likely they either used a computer to simulate his voice or found someone who could do a damn good impression of his voice. They don't show any real close-up shots of Sam Loomis. They do kind of do a midway shot. There's shadows and everything, so the shadows conceal a lot. I wasn't able to tell if it was CGI or practical effects. It was that good. The part that really took away from the film for me was the hospital scene. For those of you who have seen the movie, know what I'm talking about. The hospital scene is a huge portion midway through the film. It didn't feel like a Halloween film during that aspect of it. It was realistic. It was very realistic, that part. The gore was unbelievable. There were far more killings from Michael Myers than any other Halloween ever. The acting, for the most part, was good. It was the scenes where Tommy Doyle and the other survivors from Halloween Night, aside from Laurie Strode, try to rally the town together to go after Michael. That was the acting itself was a little out there. I won't expand on that too much, but they had plenty of time. They should have tightened that aspect of the story up quite a bit. Now, as for the ending for me did not feel like a Halloween movie. I understand they're trying to set up another installment, make it a trilogy with Halloween Ends. However, they could have done that and still made it feel like a Halloween movie. What I mean by that is with the majority of the Halloween franchise, the endings, we don't know what's going on with Michael. He escapes. He somehow vanishes. You don't get that with this movie. You clearly know where he's at. The psychological aspect of Michael Myers that they try to present in this film, I'm trying to decide if I should go into this or not, because it is a little bit of a spoiler, especially if you have any knowledge about psychology at all. It tries to make it seem where the reason Michael kills is, for one, he is an unstoppable force. It does say that much. It makes it seem like he's obsessed with returning to the window in his sister's room. It kind of hints at the idea that that's why he killed his sister in the first movie when he was just 6 years old, because she was kind of in his way. He wanted to look out that window. That was a little out there. If they added to that, I could see how, that could be very realistic. But the very end where Michael manages to escape his ultimate fate is pretty far-fetched. I understand it's a film, it's fiction, there's going to be things like that. But with most other Halloween movies, we see him going off, being taken off to the morgue or an ambulance or prison or whatever, and somehow he disappears. That wasn't the case with this film. We actually see him get up and produce the highest kill count in Halloween history. And then we see him return to the Myers house and stand in his sister's window. And that's going to lead into the third movie. I would have been much more happy if they would have just maybe not filmed him producing the highest kill count, maybe left it ambiguous, maybe showed, zoomed in on where he was laying and have him mysteriously gone with bodies around him. I would have been happy with that. That would have been awesome. I did not like the way they actually went about filming that scene. So overall, I will give Halloween Kills a 7 out of 10. I really feel they could have done better. In fact, I was going back and forth on whether I wanted to give it a 6 or 7. But I did really like the flashback scenes. The flashback scenes felt like they were filmed during the production of the first movie. I did enjoy it. I'll watch it again. I'll probably add it to my Halloween watch list every year. But ultimately, I felt that movies like Curse of Michael Myers and H2O were a little bit better. At least where the ending goes. Now, with all that being said, I really wish once they finish this trilogy, if they want to continue the Halloween franchise, I suggest they go back to the original timeline. They are technically in the original timeline, but I mean the original movie timeline, where you had Halloween, Halloween 2, and then it branches off from there. Where Halloween, Halloween 2, and then Halloween 4 and 5 were a part of one timeline, and then Halloween, Halloween 2, and H2O were a part of another timeline. I would like to see them tighten that up a little bit. Maybe go back and do a film that ties those two timelines together. I think that would be amazing. And I've said this before, I think they should make a movie where they actually acknowledge the Rob Zombie films in the film. Make them almost like a based on a true story type films for the Halloween franchise. So anyway, there you have it, guys. I've been Shannon. This has been Comicgeddon TV, the only place on YouTube where all geek culture collides. Take care. If you enjoyed that video, make sure you hit the subscribe button right there so you stay up to date on all things geek culture. Also, go ahead and check out one of these two playlists on the side for more videos just like the one you just watched. I'm Shannon for Comicgeddon TV, the only place on YouTube where all geek culture collides. Take care, geeks.